All right, you guys. Well, tonight we're going to be talking about connecting words and equations. It's a really simple process, especially when we think about the expressions that we've learned. It's basically just interpreting what the words mean. Is it more than, which means addition, or less than, which means subtraction, things like that. The difference between an expression and an equation is the fact that equations have equal signs. And we'll look at that when we have a couple of our examples. Now, the nice thing about tonight's homework is, or this lesson that we're learning now, you don't even have to solve the equations. We're just learning how to take from words an equation. So figure out what it's saying, put it into mathematical, numerical terms, and solve it. But in this case, we don't even have to solve it. Here's an example. 7 more than a number is 20. All you're asked to do in this lesson is write that as an equation. So let's look at the key words. We've got more than, and we learned that more means addition, right? So we have more than, this is going to be addition. Than means we push whatever's in front to the back. And the thing that I want you to notice is the word is. You're going to see is a lot, because is in this case means equals. So anytime you see is, you think equals. What do you think when you see the word is? You think equals. Okay? Now, when it's talking about a number or something unknown, that's where we're going to put a variable. A variable is a number that goes into an equation that can change. And so in this case, it just says a number, and we don't know what that number is, so we're going to say that we're going to give that number x. All right, as the variable, not the multiplication sign, but the variable x. 20, we already know what it is. So this word statement, 7 more than a number is 20, you would actually write 7 at the back. So we have x plus 7, because 7 more than, the more means addition, than means put it to the back, equals 20. 7 more than a number, we made that number x, equals 20. Look at this example. 9 fewer than a number is 3/4. So we've got fewer, and fewer is just going to mean subtraction, right? We've got than, which means put it to the back. And then we've got a number, which we're going to put, let's put n for this number. You can make up any variable you want. Then is, as we said, what does it equal? Is means equal. So when we put that into an equation, it's very simply a number, n, minus 9 equals 3/4. So you're just trying to interpret, what does the word mean? Fewer, subtraction, more, addition, product, multiplication, quotient, division. All right, interpreting it, remembering that you're trying to find a variable. In this case, it's calling it a number. And the word is means what? That's right, equals. All right, let's try another one. 5 times the number of marbles is 35. Well, let's look. Times, okay, that's multiplication. 5, we've already got the number. 5 times the number of marbles, we don't know how many marbles there are. So that's going to be our variable. Let's make that m for marbles, or I guess I'll put it over here, over marbles. And then is equals 35. We put that all together. 5 times m equals 35. And if we look at that again, 5 times the number of marbles, which is m, is 35. That's how we would read it. Okay, so just interpreting. Let's look at a couple practice problems. I'd like you to pause the recording and try and figure out what you believe the answers to these would be. Underline key words. Remember that is means equals, and let's see how you do. Pause the recording and solve. Okay, now when we look at this, we've got a number divided by 5 is 7. So a number, we don't know what that number is. That's going to be our variable. Let's make that a z. Divided by, we know what that is, divided by 5 is, which means equals 7. z divided by 5 equals 7. Is that what you got? I hope so. Let's look at the next one. -2 times a number is 8. Well, we've got -2 times a number, that's going to again be our variable, we'll make it w this time, is, which is equals -8. All right, so it's as simple as that, just interpreting numbers. The classwork you're going to have tomorrow is no more difficult than that. It's about looking at words, figuring out what they mean, remembering that you're finding a variable and the word is means equals. Okay? If you still have any questions, I'd say watch the video one more time and then write your questions down and bring them to class tomorrow and we'll go over them. Okay? Hope this helped and see you tomorrow.